What's up, guys? Rick here. I am pretty excited about this one. This is the lesson that I want you to be able to start thinking about when we're going through our days, because what I realized is we are under attack. You're constantly being bombarded with thoughts that beat us down, whether it be something that we hear inside of ourselves, something that's been told to us. And it creates this, what I have in my own imagination, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Tell me what you think of when I bring these topics up. The army, there's an evil empire that's attacking you. And I call it the enemy within. I'm going to break this army down. Not only who the soldiers in this army are, who's running this army, but also here's the way that they attack, and then also the way to defeat them. This is an interesting topic, so stick with me on this one. It's worth going through because we all have this, and it's tricky to be able to break this down in the way that we do without having our awareness being built up. So keep practicing the awareness, and then consider this while you're using your awareness, which ones are attacking you. So let's get into it. So first thing that I think of is the soldiers. Who are the things that are getting us? And bear with me, I'm getting to the point. I call them excuses. Now, to me, excuses are the little excuses. They're the small ones that sneak up on you. They're the ones that'll whisper in your ear, tell you all the things that you should do. Some people call it your conscience, your good angel, bad angel. Call it whatever you want. What I think of this, though, is the little tiny things that try and justify why we do the little stuff that starts slowing us down or messing us up. So the excuses, the favorite tactics that the excuses like to use, they use justifications, half-truths, and they use instant gratification. These are the things that they try and I just want that right now. I just want it right now. Or should I have an extra piece of cake? Or I know that goes against my goals, but you know what? I earned it, Or I'd love to go make it, but my aunt, she's in the hospital, so I can't make it to your thing. Sorry about that. Which may be true, but if you live in Chicago and your aunt's in Tennessee while she's in the hospital, it doesn't mean you're going there. It's a half-truth. It's not really what's happening, but it is still kind of what's happening. Anyways, the excuses are the small things that try and get us, but they're easily defeatable. All you have to do is put on your metaphorical glasses. Now, these are your glasses of awareness to make it so you can catch your excuses, because excuses are easily defeated by taking choice. It's a very easy one. These are the ones where should I drink that soda or should I not? That's going to go against all of my goals. If I catch it going I don't do that. I don't need that. Then you'll catch that and you'll stop it. You won't do it. The excuses get stopped. I don't really need to eat all that cake. I'll have a bite or two just so I can get that flavor, but the sugar's really not that great for me, so I choose not to do that. Easily defeatable. As long as you practice awareness, you put your glasses on for awareness. Now with these, now you're ready to go. But then comes in the general of this army, the general of the little soldier excuses that try and chip away at you throughout the day. And that's excuses. Excuses is real stuff. Now the excuses is the general, and he likes to use his favorite tactics, which is stressing you the hell out. Actual truths, things that are really happening that could easily justifiably slow you down. And simple distraction. You know what? I was doing all these other things, and then we apply a real excuse to things that are kind of bullshit. We may be scrolling social media for a few hours, but then the kids get off of school, and I gotta get my kids. I am a good parent. I have to take care of my children. But your social media time or your time on your phone shows 3 hours. Now, what if your workload just got doubled? Oh man, I gotta pull extra hours. It's impossible for me to be able to take care of myself today because I have so much more I have to take care of. While that's true, you could still take 10 or 15 minutes to yourself today. It's the excuses that we use that are real to really stress you out that'll hold us down. Now, excuses has a tool that you have to use to stop it, because if you don't catch the excuses, they will knock you down. The stress will get you, you will be overwhelmed, and you will literally believe these excuses are stopping you, and they will stop you dead in your tracks. there's a tool you have to learn to use, and it takes practice. And this is your shield of purpose. Now this thing right here has a very specific reason, and what it does is it'll take the hits from those excuses because you have your shield of purpose, persistence, and priority. You understand that life is going to keep hitting you, and you know that you're going to have to take some shots. But if you have your shield up and ready, because you can have your awareness and your shield ready, you'll be able to reprioritize how you can still take care of yourself, still move towards what your overall goal and real reason for that goal is, even when life tries to knock you down, because you can push forward through the attacks, knowing that you have a greater reason why you're going for what you're going for. But if you have no purpose, you have no reason to prioritize, and you have no perspective on the excuses and the things that are happening, you'll get knocked down every time. Now, once you've done well against your excuses, the general is being defeated because you have perspective and purpose. My reason for going forward is making too much sense to stop now. I'm going to keep choosing to move towards my goal. That's where the boss of excuses shows up. And I think that the boss, the one who controls excuses, who tells excuses what to do, that's fear. Now, fear's favorite tactics they like to use, fear uses change, uncertainty, or the unknown, and discouraging your purpose by making it so an imaginary version of what could happen will slow you down. I could get lost. Somebody could rob me. I could get hurt. What if I blow a tire? We'll make up some crazy scenarios that aren't really happening nor may ever happen to stop us from moving forward and being who we really are supposed to be. What if they laugh at me? What if I succeed? What if I fail again? We make up all of these things that we're supposed to be afraid of because we try to avoid our pain of feeling uncomfortable for a little bit. So in which case you have to put your armor on. It's your armor of courage. It's your armor of your true perspective. I have to be able to see that when I face my fears, I can beat them. They're not real. Fear is something that I've created to make it so I try to keep myself safe. Now, there is a difference from danger and things that we're afraid of. Falling off of a cliff is far more dangerous than public speaking, but we still have the same freak out reaction because our perspectives are off on what this is. I'm not in real danger, but if people laugh with them, whatever. I mean, we're all human beings. Everybody's been in that position, so own it. You put your courage on to face your fears. What if I ask that person out and they say no? Well, you're not dating them now, so you're not losing anything. Change your perspective a little bit. If you take 0 shots, you'll make 0 shots. So at least start shooting. Who cares? We all fail. So what? Have your armor of courage to face the thing that scares you, and you'll start beating fear, and you realize that that big bark that you were afraid to face is really just your cute little wiener dog. Oh. There's no scary little fear monster. Yeah, dog hair on me. Now, once you can identify your fear and you stop letting fear hold you back because you now have the courage to face your fears, you've got your armor on, you've got your shield ready, but now you're under true attack. But they don't look like a threat. And this is where you get the emperor, the boss of all of them, the one who calls all the shots. This is self-doubt. This is the part of self-worth. I'm not good enough. I don't know if I could do that. I don't believe in myself. I tried that in the past and it didn't work. There's no way that I'm good enough for that. Self-doubt is a tricky one because self-doubt acts like your friend. Self-doubt uses unique tactics, like repeating the question back, like, I believe I could do that. And he'll go, yeah, but do you really believe you can do that? I think that I could probably run that whole thing. Yeah, but is it going to be any good? And what it does is it tries to break your confidence, but it does it slowly. It's clever. It likes to overload your emotions, start pushing your anxiety up, that maybe what you're doing could not be right for some reason. Maybe I'm not the right person for this. But it's going to seem like it has your best interest in mind, showing you what you should be doing or what would be better, or even comparing you to somebody else to make it so you go, you should be doing it like this. And you'll see somebody who has all of this success in one category, and you'll realize that you don't have success in that category. Maybe you're not good enough. Self-doubt is a mean mother lover. And you have to be able to fight back before the crazy edited pictures on Instagram or all of the happy vacations on Facebook that you're not taking remind you about how you're not as good as everyone else is. Because you didn't do that well in the past on things that you tried. So why would it be any different now? You have to fight back. And so, call upon your sword of belief and certainty. You've got your shield for your excuses. You've got the armor that you put on to stop fighting fear. You have your glasses of awareness to see what your enemies are so you can stop them, but now you have to fight back. And so now you've got your sword of certainty. You have to have your sword of your beliefs. And this is the thing where you may need to lean on something that you believe in more than just yourself, but also be able to know that you've been through stuff before. You have been through more than what's happening now, but now you're stronger. Life doesn't take it easy on anybody. You just get stronger when you go through it. And so when you have certainty in what you're doing, I believe I'm doing what I'm meant to do. You will push back and you'll fight back against the belief system that you're not good enough, that you're not worth love. But you have to be able to say, I'm going to fight back against the little bullshit questions that try and knock me down. But are you good enough? Why would anybody like you for that? No one's gonna like this. All these stupid things that stop you from being the only you that there's ever been in history. Because you're not somebody else means you're not good enough. You're the only you there is. So why are we going to let self-doubt keep creeping in on us? Because of the things that were told to us in our past that we started to believe? We have to start fighting back. You have to take time in your head and really go back to some of these moments that have knocked you down and fight back. We have tools for doing this. We will talk about this. But you have to be able to say, I am not taking it anymore, and I will learn how to block the excuses. I will learn how to fight against the belief systems that keep me paralyzed. I will have courage against the fear that's trying to make believe futures that slow me down, and I will easily make better choices when my excuses try and stop me. It's the enemy within. And you know what's crazy about all of these enemies? It's you. You trained all of them. You trained them all to make it so you feel defenseless. This enemy knows you better than anyone else does because this enemy is you. You are your bully. You are the person who holds you down. You are the person who makes you afraid. You are the person who creates the excuses. You are the one who believes that you are or are not good enough. It's you. And in order to be able to stop you from hurting you anymore, you have to have the awareness that it's you in the first place, because then you can catch it. And if you catch it, then you can make choices. Do I apply courage here? Do I apply choices against my excuses here? Do I remember my purpose and the reason why I'm pushing forward even when it's not easy? It's you. I'm going to give you the sheet for this so you can look at the enemy within. Tell me what your thoughts are on what you see with your enemy. Do you see monsters? Do you see gremlins? Do you see fairy sprites? What do you see? Tell me your thoughts on what your enemy within looks like. And tell me how you fought against it and you've caught some of the excuses, your fear and your self-doubt or self-worth from being attacked and you fighting back. Thanks for watching. Let's get 'em. And you have to... You can hear the dog. You can hear the dog drinking water. You good? Okay.